How Lionel Messi rose again to be the best in the world. The decade-long football debate. Is Messi the best in the world? Is Messi the best of all time? Is he even better than Cristiano Ronaldo? If you type "who's better" into Google, the top suggestion is Ronaldo or Messi. The most popular search result among 523 million is the Messi-Ronaldo rivalry Wikipedia page. Every football fan has likely debated this topic, and as they exchange statistics, they tend to become more entrenched in their own opinions. To date, no one has ever switched sides in the Messi versus Ronaldo debate. Until recently, Messi is on a meteoric rise again, where he has lifted the 2022 World Cup with Argentina, won the FIFA Best Men's Player Award 2022, and currently averages a goal contribution every 84 minutes at the time of speaking. So, how did Messi make his return to the pinnacle of world football? In this video, we'll explore the Argentine's departure from Barcelona, struggles in Paris, and how he overcame them to win the FIFA World Cup. But before we get started, you know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell for more football updates. Numerous football fans doubted whether he was able to replicate the outstanding form that he had achieved at Barcelona for his new club PSG. One of the main criticisms against Messi in the GOAT debate is that he only done it at Barcelona. And it seemed like they were right. Over his last 12 seasons at Barcelona, Messi had an average goal rate of 1 every 88 minutes and a goal or assist rate of 1 every hour. However, since joining PSG, he has scored 7 goals at a rate of 1 every 243 minutes and provided a goal or an assist every 114 minutes. While this is not bad, there has been a noticeable decrease in his performance. Messi had only experienced a league goal drought of more than 4 games once during his time at Barcelona. But it has already happened twice since he joined PSG. Messi found it challenging to adjust to his new life, including the city, culture, and changes that came with it, which affected him both on and off the pitch. His family, including his 3 sons and wife Antonella, also found it difficult to adapt to their new surroundings. Additionally, Messi's preseason preparations were hindered by his participation in the Copa America and the situation at Barcelona, causing him to struggle with fitness throughout the season. Furthermore, he contracted COVID-19 in the winter, which further affected his form. The dressing room was different too, and although there were a few familiar faces like Neymar, Leandro Paredes, and Angel Di Maria, Messi was not the leader anymore. Communication issues were a problem, and he mainly spent time with Di Maria and Paredes. Additionally, his relationship with Mauricio Pochettino was strained, and they didn't always agree. Messi was notably unhappy when he was substituted before the end of a game against Lyon, and the expression on his face made his feelings clear. Messi wanted to leave Barcelona in 2020 due to lies from then-President Bartomeu and the team's failure to build a winning team around him. However, he eventually left in 2021 due to the club's financial difficulties caused by overspending and the pandemic. Messi was genuinely devastated when he left. A press conference was called to announce his departure, where he could be seen crying as he said goodbye to the Barcelona fans. Nevertheless, many have questioned why he didn't do more to stay. He said he did everything he could, including accepting the club's proposed wage cut. But could he have done more? According to a league spokesman, La Liga's algorithm would not have allowed him to play for free or for a lower wage than what is appropriate for a player of his age, experience, and titles. This is to prevent fraud and ensure that the salary is paid through the proper tax channels. As a result, he left the club to join Paris Saint-Germain on a 2-year deal. But after a slow start, was his first season really that bad? Although Messi couldn't stop Paris Saint-Germain from being eliminated in the round of 16 by Real Madrid, and there were a handful of games where he was unable to make an impact, the forward's final stats for the season tallied to 11 goals and 15 assists in 34 games across all competitions. He also hit the woodwork a remarkable 11 times in Ligue 1, a feat unmatched by anyone else in Europe. These stats are quite impressive when you consider he went through somewhat of an adjustment period in the French capital. He additionally had some notable moments, such as scoring against Manchester City and providing a hat-trick of assists at Saint-Étienne. Messi's first season was far from bad, but still not up to his usual standards. This did, however, generate some anticipation for his second season. In the lead-up to the Qatar World Cup 2022, Argentina were favorites to win the competition. followed closely by Neymar's Brazil. And it was no surprise as Messi started the season in fine form, scoring 12 goals and racking up 14 assists in 19 games. He was ready to step up to the occasion in what could be his last World Cup tournament. Unfortunately, things didn't start off great as Argentina suffered a surprise defeat in their opening Group C World Cup match against Saudi Arabia, who scored 2 second-half goals to secure the upset. Despite an early penalty goal from Messi, 2 additional first-half goals for Argentina were ruled offside. In the second half, a revitalized Saudi team scored through Saleh Al-Shehri and Salam Al-Dosari, the latter with a stunning curling shot into the top corner. But that was only a blip, as Messi and the La Albiceleste went on to cruise past Mexico and Poland to finish top of Group C. At that point of the tournament, Argentina's strategy became clear. When you have Messi in your team, you run for him. And with a young team that included 23-year-old Julian Alvarez, 22-year-old Enzo Fernandez, and 24-year-old Alexis McAllister, this was finally possible. This was a stark contrast to the aging Javier Mascherano, Ever Banega, and Enzo Perez that he relied on in the previous tournament in Russia. For many players, seeing a player walking up and down the pitch rather than running may rub them up the wrong way, but this is Messi. As Pep Guardiola aptly explained it in a 2019 documentary, this is football. He's not running, but he's always watching what happens. He smells the weak points in the back four. After 5-10 minutes, he has a map in his eyes, in his brain, to know exactly where the space is and what is the panorama. Messi is mostly walking around on the pitch to let the play move away from him so that he can slip back in at the right moment, which often leads to his best shots. For a small forward like him, occupying space in the penalty area is futile, as he would be easily marked by the opposition's center-back. Therefore, arriving in space is a more effective way to score. When facing a conventional defensive scheme, where players are lined up and ready to stop attackers from receiving the ball, Messi's goal is not to lose a particular defender, but rather to position himself strategically so that it becomes unclear who should mark him. Essentially, he's searching for the weak spots in the defense. To prevent this confusion, some managers assign their left center-back the specific task of stepping up to prevent Messi from receiving the ball between the lines. As an example, in the semi-final, Croatia's Josko Gvardiol marked Messi tightly and followed him whenever he dropped off the backline. Unfortunately, this was not enough to stop Messi's magic, as the 7-time Ballon d'Or winner can turn the tables and take advantage of the attention he's receiving. In the Croatia game, when midfielder Enzo Fernandez received the ball in the space between the lines, his primary target was Julian Alvarez, who made a run straight up the center. Typically, the 2 Croatian center-backs would work together to step forward and try to trap the run offside or sprint back towards the goal to intercept it. However, Gvardiol's intense focus on Messi made him check his shoulder and briefly hesitate as Messi dropped back towards midfield. This hesitation caused Gvardiol's center-back partner to play Alvarez onside while he retreated, leaving a significant gap for Alvarez to exploit. The striker was subsequently fouled, and Messi stepped up to slot the goal home. The floodgates had opened, and Messi led his team to a 3-0 victory with another assist. In the final against France, it was no different. Messi exploited the gaps in the defense created by the spaces between defenders like Theo Hernandez, Adrien Rabiot, and Dayot Upamecano. He forced Upamecano to decide whether to follow him into midfield or cover the space behind. He roamed into the midfield, lurked behind the center-backs, and made late runs into the box. It worked like a charm as Argentina controlled the game for the first 80 minutes. Messi gave his team the lead in the 23rd minute by scoring from the penalty spot, following a challenge by Ousmane Dembélé on Angel Di Maria. After France came back from 2 down to equalize, Messi put his team ahead once more with a 108th-minute goal. While this was not enough to prevent them from going to the penalty shootout, the Argentines eventually won 4-2 from the spot. This is Argentina's first World Cup since 1986, with many media outlets dubbing it Messi's World Cup. And rightly so. Let's run through the stats. Messi's outstanding performance in the tournament saw him score 7 goals, including 2 in the final, only bettered by Kylian Mbappé. He then won his second Golden Ball, becoming the first player to do so twice in the competition's history. Another first for Messi was becoming the only player to score at every stage of the competition in a single World Cup. Additionally, Messi is now Argentina's all-time leading scorer at the World Cup, with 3 more goals than Gabriel Batistuta. Messi broke the World Cup record for goal contributions that has been standing since 1966 with 21. He led the tournament in shots on target with 18, attempts with 32, and had the highest expected goals at 6.62. He was also involved in 53 shot-ending sequences, attempted 40 take-ons, and made several progressive passes. With 1 World Cup, 1 Copa America, 4 Champions Leagues, and numerous club trophies, Messi has achieved a great deal in his career. Although he has not retired from international play, Messi can now be considered a completed footballer. When Messi left Barcelona, many believed that he was finished, that he was only great because the team was built around him. He had a slow start in the first season, and opposing fans and media outlets were quick to pounce on him. Still, he had the determination, perseverance, and talent to come back. That's what separates the best players from the rest. In his second season, he quickly came good and led Argentina to their first World Cup in over 35 years. For many, this ends the debate on who the GOAT is. But what do you think? Is Messi officially the greatest player to grace a football pitch? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for more football content.